Hey guys, it's Nick
and Dad,
and today we're going to talk about tractors.
So I've just put in there, the farm, red diesel's down, 36.85.
Red diesel, yeah, it's gone right down.
It's right down,
yeah. What is it?
36.85.
36.85.
Yeah, it's current price.
Yeah. I ordered some kerosene for my heating.
Oh yeah.
And that was 18.5 pence.
Really? We came back to 1980s level. Mind you, I can remember in the 1980s, I think I'm right in saying it was 8p.
8p?
I might be wrong, but I think it may have gone down to 6.
That's crazy.
It was definitely sub 10.
It's the 80s?
I think so. Or was it 1930s?
How old are you?
144.
144. You look well.
Yeah, cheers.
For 144.
Sort of that fresh air, isn't it?
All that fresh air, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about tractors, some of the stuff that we've got on the farm, and probably put a bit more emphasis on what we used to have on the farm. So I think everybody's interested to know about our old fleet of Fords. The tractors that we're running now, what do we got now?
Well, the new
stuff. Shall we start with the new stuff and we'll go back down to...
Yeah.
So we've got our
John Deere.
The 8270.
8270.
Yeah. That's our sort of main workhorse, isn't she?
Just about shy of 300 horsepower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then we've got, I expect you've got the Fastrac, haven't you? Which is quite
Fastrac.
old now, that's 1999.
It's the 1125.
1125, yeah, and that's not a big tractor, it's only about 125, 130 horsepower.
No, that's our main spraying tractor, isn't it? And,
main spraying tractor, and probably fertiliser too.
Bit of spreading as well. Yeah.
And I expect that's, what else have we got? We've obviously got JCB telehandler.
It's the second JCB telehandler we've had.
It is since the Sandersons,
Yes, we've had a few Sandersons.
So we did have a JCB teleporter in the 80s once. That was a good bit of kit.
Oh yeah, I think you've mentioned that.
Can't remember what model it was, but you couldn't see out the right hand side. It just wouldn't let you see out.
We've had quite a few Sandersons, haven't we?
Yeah, we had. I think we had our first Sanderson 247 TS. They were quite novel then. I think it was 1981, 82.
Right.
So that's quite some time ago.
Yeah. Before my time.
Before your time. Yeah. So that's nearly 40 years ago.
Yeah.
That's some time ago to have a teleporter.
It is. Yeah. We still have a Sanderson. We have the 725C.
725C. Yeah.
Which you've seen in a video without a wheel on. And as someone did say, they want to see that in a video, and I promise that will.
Nice little neat tractor there.
Yeah. I'll probably be loading a lorry at some point with that, and I'll do a video on that one. What was the one that we had that went a few years ago?
That was a 726.
726.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get on very well with that one.
Solo control. They were a good tractor.
Yeah.
Very light, very nimble tractor. Yeah.
Bit awkward moving bags about, I thought. Fert bags.
Did you have a bit of a problem with that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't get on well with that one, I must admit.
I can't remember any incident though. Was there an incident? I can't remember.
There was no incident. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't
you're very careful, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. You have the odd bump.
I've had the odd bump. Yes, I have. Yeah.
The workshop wall rings about
yes,
with the forks.
Really, I think during the 90s, the 726 teleporter, Sanderson teleporter, was pretty well up there. It was a good tool.
Yeah.
Good sort of go-to tool. Yeah. And the buckets are good. The attachments were good.
Because I remember you telling me that Grandad bought.
He bought the first one, that very first 81.
Yeah, and you sort. I remember you telling me that you wanted to buy something else, and then he came back with that.
I said we've got to get ourselves a big Ford, big tractor.
Yeah.
Some four-wheel drive, big. Well, at the time,
yeah,
big tractor. Probably about 150 horsepower, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think you could probably get a TW then. I might be wrong, but if you couldn't, it'd be a County or TW or something like that, because we were really short of that. And he said, no, we've got to get a telehandler.
Yeah.
And of course, he was right.
Yeah, of course.
He was dead right, yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine a day on the farm where we don't actually use one.
No, I mean, when you go back to those days, you think what we did with them, they're the worst thing on the road, because the rear wheels, small rear wheels, they're terrible on the road, even though we knew they were bad. But what they could do, of course, the moment you could teleport forward, it was just unbelievable. Yeah. You come to a vehicle, you can teleport a little bit forward, you've got the reach, suddenly everything became possible.
Yeah. I will just say one thing about our JCB. Someone pointed out on one of the comments on another video that we have a Sanderson headstock on our JCB.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
It's the same headstock that was on the previous JCB we had.
Yeah.
So the reason Well, the
reason is it's left over from the teleporter days, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So
we've got grain buckets still. We've still got
all the attachments are on Sanderson.
That's right. Now you could argue, but I'll have to say, I tell you what did it for me was that tractor I was telling you about in the 80s, which I can't remember the model. Not only could you not see out of the right hand side very well because the back of the boot was right, and you really couldn't see out at all. You've got that terrible Q carriage, which I still make. It's awful. Yeah. So as soon as I with the Sanderson, you've got the castellated top.
Yeah.
And it all sort of stops in place. From memory, they just sort of dangle about.
Yeah.
The last 726 was getting, past its sort of best, if you like. Still a good tractor. We had to go. Well, we didn't have to, but we went to JCB. So we then had
it was 531.
5317. 5 Super. Was it Super?
Well, the one we just bought now.
5 was Farm Special. Yeah, you got Smooth Ride and the 6 speed.
Smooth Ride and the 6 speed. Yeah, the one we exchanged it for last summer.
That was a 7.3.
It's 53270.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yes, this is that 532.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm trying to think what the other one was. 5.3.
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same machine.
The newer style cap. But when we changed from that original 726 to that first, if you like, JCB 5 Series, 5.3, we had a new Cherry Products carriage fitted.
Yeah.
In lieu of the Q carriage.
Yeah.
Now, when we had this new one, it looked to me as if it's quite sensible to keep that carriage.
Yes, we had that put on the new one.
The new pins fitted to the new carriage.
That's it.
But we went to the bother of having new rams fitted to the carriage, if you remember the pins.
So we've got the John Deere 8 Series, the 8270, Fastrac 1125, the JCB telehandler, the 53270.
We've got some old girls.
And we've got some old girls as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
So
we've got the old TW20. The old Ford 710.
My favourite.
Yeah, they're both 83 vintage, aren't they?
83, yeah.
So that sort of makes them, well, nearer 40 than 30.
Nearer 40 than 30.
So they're 37 years old.
Well, they've got a few years on me because I'm nearer 30 than 20. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, when that 20 came, I'm not going to give my age away. I probably will now, but I was, what old are you?
27.
I was a little bit old. I was in my 20s though.
Yeah.
But yes, I was 29, yeah.
Do you remember being 29?
I've been the tractor coming, and it was quite a big thing that was for that tractor coming. Then we bought a 35 not long after.
Right.
So the 20 was in its final days, I think.
Yeah.
Because in the same year, 83, we did have a TW35.
Yeah.
So that would be, and that was the same reg, A reg.
Yeah.
So that means it's 83. So
how many did we have at one time? Because we did have a big fleet of four. Now I can only just remember them because obviously I was a kid when you were still running all of them.
Yeah, I mean
but I remember the 225s, obviously the 20 and the 77, which we still have. But we had an 8210.
Yeah,
always my favourite, the 8210.
They weren't the best.
No, I know you always say. No. I think I'm probably thinking from more of an aesthetic point of view.
Gutless, really.
Well, am I right by thinking the 8210?
No, 6-cylinder, you see.
They share the same engine as the 25, just they're not turbo, are they?
They're non-turbo. I think it's where they fall down. It's a very unresponsive tractor, I always think, the 8 Series.
I just think they look good. They were the pinnacle of tractors in my head.
For me, it's a TW.
Yeah, you've always had the TW. What was the one? Was it a 7810, the Jubilee? What was it, 78?
Yeah, we had a 7810 too.
That is a spray.
89. I think in that year, if you bought a tractor, you got a model, a pewter model. We did. We had Silver Jubilee. We had another 7.
What, a little model?
The model.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Oh, Dad.
I don't know.
I want them. My boy would love those.
I remember it. There might be somewhere, but.
So your favourite's always been the TW, the 20 specifically, or?
I think the 20 really. I expect it was the first the sort of Fords.
Is that why it's still here then?
I expect it is still here, but I expect it's also because nobody's going to have it, or what? Because we put those Terra tyres on, didn't we?
Well, I actually was thinking about this the other day. I can't remember seeing it without the Terras on. Ever since I've been working on the farm for. 15 years, and it's always been on Terras.
I had this idea when we I think it was about the time we bought that 40-foot set of rolls. I thought, what are we going to pull this? What are we going to pull it with?
Yeah.
And obviously you don't want a tractor that's sort of tied up because an old tractor.
Yeah, so a big set of rolls.
It needs 150 horsepower to pull it comfortably.
Yeah.
Although on the flat,
On the flat, so we've got a few hills here.
100 horsepower will pull it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be scratching with a roll tractor.
No.
It doesn't want to hesitate.
No.
It
Just wants to go. Yeah.
And the best way of rolling is with the old Goodyear Terra tyres, the genuine Terra tyres, not these wide Michelin Bib X and all these other ones that you can get, which are pretty good, I'm pretty sure. But something you can really put down to 6, 7, 8 pounds per square inch.
Yeah.
Really low pressure.
Really low.
Proper Terra tyres.
Yeah. So we're still running the 20 and the 7.7. I think it's fair to say we're probably still actually relying on the 20 perhaps for certain jobs.
Well, I think for rolling, aren't we?
For rolling.
It's such a good rolling tractor.
And because of the Terra tyres, spraying and stuff in conditions...
In emergency spraying, we've still got an old mounted sprayer that we put on the 20, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got an older Virtude.
There's issues because the pump is about worn out on the 20.
Yeah.
So it only just lifts it.
Yeah.
But a pump can be put on.
Yeah.
You can put a pump on. So that would be an issue. But it's generally, it's done... It's not done a massive amount of hours. I think just saying under 10,000.
Well, the tacho's broken.
The tacho's broken.
Well, it's fixed now, but it was broken for a while.
Probably 1,000 more. It's probably done nearer to 11.
Probably done nearer, yeah. I think, yeah.
But in fairness, I think that's on its third engine.
So, yeah.
I think it had a few issues. I think, a Conrad went through the case when it was early on, and I think whether rebuilt, well, I think the pump failed or a pin failed in the pump. I'm not sure, but I think it's on its third. So
how many do we have at one time, Fords?
There's a picture somewhere, isn't there?
There's a classic tractor article, which
yeah,
I have included in a video before.
Okay.
So I think I'll just have to whip that out and count them.
Well, I really don't know, Nick.
Shall I get it?
Yeah, kind of about 10 probably.
Yeah.
But they were, because we did use them all the time, it didn't matter. We do have, you see, you've got to remember, we didn't sell much. So all these tractors are sort of left over from the 80s. They're all left over from the 80s, aren't they? And 90s, we still didn't sell them. That's me, isn't it?
That's you.
I'm younger now.
Ooh,
See, look at that one, that's quite funny.
That's a 35.
That's 35 with a combination drill on.
Yeah.
That's a little bit unrealistic because it would only just about lift that.
That's the 8210, yeah. There's just something about that. And it says here, this is your quote, perfect tractor for hedge cutting.
Yes, but all it's good for it.
Bought in 83, it now has 6,000 hours on the clock.
Did do 6,000, yeah. Well, it's not really a perfect hedge stripping tractor. It's not bad, but you haven't got a good selection of gears, Nick. They're all sort of manual gears, aren't they?
Yeah.
The only thing you've got is a splitter box, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which at its time was good. And still is, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
The dual power.
The dual power. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's great for like when you're spreading and you just want to put a little bit extra on. You can just kick it down, slow down.
You don't need you don't need a variable rate.
No.
You just put the dual power down, don't you?
Yeah.
If you want to slow down,
That's
it's more fertiliser on. Well, I suppose we took the view, we probably ought to get consolidated a bit and get one tractor.
Get one tractor to the...
But on top of all this, in the 2004, we had just bought the 8 Series.
We had,
So we got 8 Series.
We had the 8 Series, didn't we? 03, I thought that was 03.
I think I liked tractors then, didn't I?
I think you liked tractors then.
Yeah.
No, I remember that John Deere coming.
Yeah.
Because the chap who used to work here did a lot of hours on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did actually, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was 03, wasn't it?
That was 03.
So when this picture was taken, that would have been there as well.
But I made a bit of a mistake. I should have got it with the independent front suspension. I didn't. Yeah. I couldn't quite run to that. I ought to have done because it would have made all the difference to it.
Yeah, it would have done.
Yeah. Our old one is pretty much the equivalent now, but with independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, in all fairness, the 8 Series is a very, very comfortable tractor.
Good tractor.
Yeah, it is a very good tractor.
And that's just got the ordinary basic power shift, hasn't it?
Power shift, yeah. No, it is.
CV, just very simple.
Yeah.
It's still can be overly complicated.
I think because all these new tractors, they're computer led, aren't they? Now I'm a young, obviously because of a younger generation.
Yeah,
I'm keen on technology, but if I'm being honest, I think agricultural machinery needs to step away slightly from it because you do have a problem. We had a problem. I mean, how old's our John Deere? It's
5 years.
5 years old.
Yeah.
And earlier this year, we had to have the processor and the computer replaced.
Yes.
Which was a bit of money. but without having that fixed, nothing on the touchpad worked, and I couldn't. You can't. Everything's controlled.
To me, that's a mistake.
Yeah. I couldn't.
I don't mind that happening, but surely you can override that and go to a manual.
Things like the flow rate on the hydraulics, you can't control it.
No, that's not sense at all.
Apart from on the keypad, on the touchpad.
You should surely have the control.
So there's some
manual control.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a cab like a TW20, for example, I mean, okay, it's not.
No,
it's not roomy.
I can spend a long day in there, but happy as Larry.
Because that's got the flat bottom. Because it made me think now the early Q cabs on the 6000 series, they didn't have a flat.
No.
It was built over the
over
the transmission.
Yeah.
But on the TW range, it's sort of flat. So that was a revelation.
With just a touch of sentimentality coming to the fore, you regard the TW20 as being the tractor for which you have the greatest penchant.
Ah, yeah. Well, yeah,
it clearly is your favourite, isn't it?
I think it is my favourite. Yes, it is. Although to be honest, I probably spent more time on that 707. I used to do a lot of spraying with that.
There's loads of quotes from what you've been saying in here. It's brilliant.
What have I said?
You're on about the 8210 doing hedge cutting.
Yeah.
I know it sounds a bit over the top to put a 4-wheel drive 100 horsepower tractor onto a hedge trimmer, but it's just a perfect match. The tractor is heavy enough to be stable in most conditions.
It might fall in a ditch out the way.
And you sit high enough to be able to see just what the cutting head is doing.
Just where I'm going when I fall in. I think you will do well to beat a Ford tractor.
Yeah. It's a little windy, but do you want to go up and we'll have a quick look at the 20?
Yeah.
Which is up in the yard.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So that's the 77.
You've got a sulky on there, Nick. You actually used that spreading this last time.
Yeah, I did a bit of spreading, yeah.
With a new pump, it does lift it.
With the new pump, it lifts it, yeah. It's a bit light if I put a bit too much in there.
So that's another engine. That could have been the poorest one. I think it may have been. You can see it's new. Well, new. New in, I don't know, the 90s, I suppose.
The 90s, yeah.
So this one's done, how many hours has this one done?
That's done 7922. Yeah, I thought it was just shy of 8,000.
Well, you see how complicated they made them? In an uncomplicated way. So raise the tank on this model, the diesel tank's on the top, isn't it?
Yep.
And it's got a saddle tank.
Yep.
Pretty much for 5,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was telling you about there's the extra air conditioning radiator there. On probably an oil cooler, I just can't remember. That step's useful, isn't it, for getting
The
up?
step's very useful, especially for fueling up, yeah.
But when you look at the doors, Nick, all this, what I mean, this sort of work here, it's very car-like, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. No, the cabs on these old Fords are fantastic.
Certainly in their day, and this flat floor, this model from memory had the synchro gears, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Still at only 4-speed, isn't it?
4-speed, yeah, with the splitter.
Yeah, and then dual power, yeah.
We'll go look at the 20 then.
This isn't a Ford, I think it's off a John Deere.
Yeah.
Because we used to run John Deere combines. I think that's off a 975 or 955, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Definitely John Deere.
Yeah, so we haven't
It
even...
ought to come off really, because it doesn't do the Ford any justice. We do have the cover for that.
Yep.
That's on because of the light bar.
The light bar, yep.
I noticed in your last video you talked about the light bar, well, we didn't mention the light bar when you were rolling.
Yeah.
But you do use it, don't you?
Yeah, well I had it on because I was rolling that field twice.
Yes.
So the second time over I couldn't see my mark, so I was using the light bar.
And it's always a vintage light bar, isn't it? It's an early model.
Good bit of kit though.
So these are the Terra tyres that we had fitted probably about, I don't know, 2003 time. This is the centres that were made. You can see that, and then this just bolts to the centre. Don't know how that was made. That's all being made.
Yeah.
Yeah, to fit that.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it?
It is. So you could make these tyres fit another tractor, but it's all down to the rolling radius.
The rolling radius, yeah.
Of the front and rear.
Well, that's what we struggled with the idea of putting it on, say, a smaller John Deere, like a 6 Series.
That's right, yeah. It's probably possible. Because when you look at this tractor now, Nick, you realise there's no assister ramps on this tractor, look.
No.
Just very basic.
It's just bog standard, isn't it?
These are spools I was telling you about.
Yeah, we had these done...
and they are Ford New Holland, genuine ones.
Yeah.
And they're really good, expensive, but they were worth it.
Well, they don't leak now.
And they don't leak, no. And it's a good conversion. Because they're no longer made, there's a later model that is, but does work. I'll tell you what I need to do, Vic, sometimes, because I broke it.
That's it, the circlip.
A circlip in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I did a stupid thing, I broke the tab off.
Yeah.
And it's annoying me.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the ramps, so the oil goes that way, and I'll see if I can get it off and we'll have to get one. Because you do want to change it. But I mean, how much more can you ask an old girl?
Yeah, I think this is what I'm sort of getting at, is the fact that we're still running this, relying on it a bit.
You can see how that fits now, look.
Yeah.
In a way she looks good on Terra tyres, but it'll look, she'd look better with the original wheels and tyres.
Yeah, she probably would.
There she is, she's hasn't gone very far.
So the GoPro's about to run out of battery, so we'll probably make this a two-parter and do another video at some other point, because we haven't even touched on the combines yet, have we?
No. No, yes, we've got a few things to say about combines.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Unfortunately.
So yeah, if you like the video, don't forget, hit subscribe, tap the bell.
And give the video a thumbs up.
See you next time.